What's going on is Anton from AntonDaniels.com. I appreciate you guys for continuing to rock with me. Thank you for sending me this video of Jada Pinkett-Smith speaking specifically about protection and how she seeks it in her relationships. Let's deep dive into it, and then I want to give you my thoughts based off of, I guess, a recent episode that dropped on Facebook.
My thing was just not having protection.
Yeah.
That's my biggest wound that comes out in all my relationships.
Yeah.
And I've looked for craziest kinds of protection, and I don't have a really good sense of like what's safe and what's not.
Right.
So my initial reaction to seeing this is I'm not really sure how they're defining protection. And so I'll have to deep dive into it. But the subject or the title of this particular episode on her Red Table Talk is called How Destructive Mothers Damage Their Daughters. How destructive mothers damage their daughters. Now, I've heard that her mother has been twice divorced, and I'm not sure how that feeds into this, but let's just continue for a second.
Either extremely protective or extremely defensive.
Right, and I tell you why.
Yeah.
The environment, it was my addiction. Mm-hmm. She found her security.
What was her mother addicted to? Somebody comment in the chat, in the comments, what exactly was her mother addicted to?
Through my mother.
Yeah.
Right? And
Yes.
But mommy died when Jada was 13. When mommy died, that's when my
that
addiction
gives
really
some more
took
insight.
off.
Mm-hmm.
That's a really
So
important.
it says that she battled a heroin addiction for 20 years. Her mother battled a heroin addiction for 20 years. Now I'm a little bit more curious as to exactly what happened to the father in this whole picture also. But let's continue.
Time to feel secure and safe.
Yeah.
That's when your womanhood starts.
Yeah. And that's when she lost her security.
Yeah.
You know, my mother was her backbone.
Yeah. And her house was safe.
Yeah.
Right.
And so
So my initial thoughts of this is it almost seems as though they're starting to have this conversation based off of the fact that, and again, I don't know when this is recorded or anything like that, but again, I'm just giving my initial thoughts. Look at Willow. What is going on here? I don't understand it. Okay, Anton, don't get distracted because again, I don't understand what the heck is going on with these chicks. Crazies, crazy 1, crazy 2, crazy 3, all in sequence. But anyways, it almost seems as though this is an excuse for how she's moving in society as far as Will being painted from a particular narrative as far as being emasculated and things like that. Like, it's so ironic that this comes out and they're talking about protection right after, a little bit after, Will Smith was slapping up on Chris Rock. But let's continue into the video. I want to see what else you got to say.
once she was gone, there was no safety. So then I went into the world and created my own safety, and that was crazy. So I had to deal with a lot of stressful adult things at a young age. I didn't have the ability to deal with the emotions that were coming with it. I just had to buck up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so those
Yo, I'm not really sure if this is helpful or if this is hurting them as far as having this conversation out loud instead of dealing with their emotions and their traumas behind the scenes, considering how much it's ruining Will Smith's career, in my personal opinion.
women that you see and you think are so strong, there's this terrified little girl underneath.
Yeah.
And that's me.
Yeah.
Oh, mommy.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. Okay, now, are we softening Jada's image here? Really? Is that what we doing? Listen, you can't throw me for a loop. You cannot throw the smoke screen in front of my eyes. Come on, family. Yo, how old is this woman? How old is Jada Pinkett? Let me look at this, because, yo, listen. I mean, you can't necessarily tell anybody when to get over whatever trauma that they're dealing with in particular, but I mean, come on, man. Let's be real now. Your behavior, you cannot. I'm looking it up right now. I'm about to see. Jada Pinkett age. It's funny because when you start Googling, this chick is 50, man. 50 years old. Still talking about seeking protection in relationships based off of what happened to you in your childhood. Ma'am, listen. I believe that everybody has gone through unique circumstances in their life that causes them to be able to, or that colors how they feel in their life. Let me get off of this. I can't do it. I believe that everybody has gone through things in their lives that color exactly what happens as they become adults. However, that does not absolve them from the hatred, the issues, the problems, how you're dealing with and tearing down other people. So if she's saying that, yo, I was seeking protection in my relationships as I became older as an adult based off of what happened when I was a child, cool, valid. But at the same time, becoming an adult is taking ownership and responsibility for who you are and how you're affecting other people. So, for example, if Will Smith is now being negatively affected and you messing up the bag and ruining the family and everything you do is impacting him in a negative way, I didn't see that protection when you was out there getting buzzed down by August Alsina. I didn't see that same sentiment when you was laughing after Will Smith slapped up on Chris Rock and you thought it was cute and it was funny. Yo, never forget, and do not let these people, especially these women, these older women, gaslight you into selling you this narrative or this perspective that you should feel sorry for them. I believe in forgiveness. I believe in coming back from things, not that they necessarily have to be forgiven by me or anybody else. However, if you are living in the public eye, you have to accept what comes along with it, because you can't then lean into all of the greatness and say, give me all of the accolades, but then absolve me from my responsibility and how I'm feeding into this situation on the back end when things go all bad. Real talk. I mean, listen, I'm open to the possibility that I'm wrong, but I absolutely doubt it. I think that she is still toxic. And if she wanted to solve for those issues, then she should have done so before getting into a relationship and then subsequently a marriage, one of the biggest stars on earth, and then having kids and then all of that, because then you're just passing down generational curses and issues. And then now we got to deal with it and we got to look at it publicly. I don't know. Let me know your thoughts. Make sure you guys subscribe to the Patreon. Link is in the description. We're doing some awesome things in there, including building businesses. And I'm taking them along on the journey of me purchasing different properties and how I develop and all of that type of stuff. In addition to the Patreon exclusive content and the Patreon meetups, in which we have another one coming up very, very soon. I love you guys. I appreciate you. Again, I'd like to get your thoughts and your comments, because I still think that she's toxic. I don't care about them trying to soften her image and change the perception of who Jada Pinkett is. I believe in my heart that she has some real work to do, and I'm not sure if she's too old or too hardened in her heart to actually see that through. But again, I'm open to the possibility that I'm wrong. Let me know your thoughts. I'm curious as to what you guys think. Make sure you comment, like, subscribe. If you need personal coaching or you want to kick it with me personally, email me at antondaniels413@gmail.com. I'm going to holler at you guys later. Peace.